Shall we start the vloggy vlog?
Mi alma se asoma al viento, la lluvia me hace recordar tu voz suspirando el cielo, las olas quiebran y se van.
Y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we're here for another episode of Books We Read on Vacation because we love Emily Henry. And today we are in the lovely Providenciales. This is the main land in Turks and Caicos. Let's get into it. Imagine this could be like my background always. If you guys could see my view like right in front of me, it's so freaking gorgeous here. Let's talk books though. So Jeanette and I loaded up 3 books to read together for this trip, and the first one we were going to read was Hidden Pictures by Jason Rekulak. This is the book about a girl named Mallory Quinn who is babysitting this kid. She is a recovering addict, and the kid, he starts drawing these pictures, and they get like progressively more and more sinister. They start to paint the picture of a crime, and they also start to progressively get like better. Like he's becoming like a better artist. So she's basically trying to figure out like what's going on. Like, why is this kid drawing these scenes? What do they mean? The reason I say this was supposed to be our first book is because my good sis finished it on the not the train ride, on the plane ride here, and I was asleep the whole time. So anyways, the point is that I woke up really early and sat in the sun and finished this book right outside our hotel. So I'm actually done with this book, and I am surprised that I felt the way that I did. I feel like this book has so many mixed reviews. I either hear people who like absolutely love it, or I hear people who absolutely do not like it. I kind of feel a mix of the two, and I understand both reasonings. I was really enjoying the book until we started to get answers and solutions, which is like, granted, most of the book. I made it through most of the book. Really enjoying the spooky vibes, like the what's going on here, the supernatural elements of the book, and whether, you know, just trying to figure out whether they're actually supernatural or something is really happening that we don't know of. I don't like the way that the situation resolves itself. We did that thing again, the very like super villainy thing where the bad guy is just like telling their story right before they unalive the main character, which gives the main character an in. That's all I will say, right? Because we can't ruin what the reveal is, but it was just kind of corny to me, just a little bit. I didn't guess it. Actually, it's interesting because throughout the book I did say like, I don't know about this person, or like a certain thing that they would say that is supposed to be like innocuous. I was like, that's a little weird. So I can't say that I guessed what was going on, but I definitely had suspicions about the people behind, or person, or thing, I don't know, about the ultimate solution to the book. So for that reason, I think I'm gonna give it like 3.75. Like, I don't think it could be 4 because I just like did not enjoy the ending. Hopefully that didn't feel spoilery. But since I feel like I'm going into spoiler territory, I'm just gonna stop talking about it now. So the first book that we're actually going to be reading on the vacation is The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I'm really excited because Jennifer Lynn Barnes wrote the Inheritance Games. I did give the first book in that series 5 stars, but after that it was just like 3 stars because they kind of felt like almost like too much of the same thing. You know what I mean? Like they weren't bad, but it just felt like too similar, the first book to the second and the third. So yeah, anyways, The Naturals is about a girl named Cassie or Casey, I'm not sure, and she has this like natural ability to just read people, and so she gets recruited by the FBI to work in this like task force, I guess. I don't know what to call them, but like a group of young people, because she's only 17, and they are gifted and they are using those gifts, I'm unclear what that means, to solve crimes for the FBI. Except that Cassie slash and or Casey, will pick one to stick with. She and the other naturals find themselves in like a cat and mouse game with a very dangerous person, and they find that their life may be on the line unless they use their gifts and talents to catch this person. So it's kind of, this book is described as like The Mentalist meets Pretty Little Liars. I watched Pretty Little Liars, but I haven't read The Mentalists. So that means nothing to me, but maybe it'll mean something to you. I'm hoping that this is a super quick and super easy read, and we'll find out. Guys, disappointment.
It's closed. They closed at 6 and it is 6:03. And I'm heartbroken.
I guess we'll just have to come back tomorrow.
How am I supposed to live in no end?
What time do they open?
10. So much room for activities. Ooh.
Hey there, Delilah. What's it like in New York City? I don't know because I'm here. I feel so good. I never want to go back, y'all. Just like having my little cafecito in the sun on the marina. I love living on a marina. Could I do this for lifeies? Yesterday was the most relaxing day I've had in a really long time. We just sat on the beach for hours, just laid like a baby beluga. What a time to be alive. Yeah, I'm really, really tan after yesterday. You could probably see it from the difference of like the previous clip to this one, but even if you need some more evidence, look at my watch tan. There's bananas. But yeah, did a lot of sleeping on the beach, did not do a lot of reading on the beach. And then after that, we took a like 35-minute walk to the supermarket and ran into the Unicorn Bookstore, which is the bookstore that I had on my radar to visit here. But we went into the grocery store first, and we got to the bookstore at 6:02, and they closed at 6. So that was kind of sad. but that's okay. I think we're gonna try to go again today. But yeah, we took a cab from the supermarket. We wanted to get some water because we've been super dehydrated. It's real bad. And then we had dinner at like a really, really fancy restaurant. The cab driver even thought we were rich because we were going to this place, and we are not rich. However, we were last night. And as a result of eating at this restaurant, we're poor now. It was so expensive. It was called Rock House. But it was definitely a memorable experience. It was so beautiful. At first, like, we went to the actual restaurant and they were like, we don't have a reservation, we don't have space, but you could go downstairs to the cave bar and they have the same menu. So we did that, and it was honestly even prettier in the cave bar than it was in the restaurant. It kind of was giving like Greece vibes because it was like just layers over the water. It had like white rock. It was just so beautiful. And there was like a little ocean breeze. The only thing we didn't get to do is there's like apparently these like famous staircases. I would have liked to like go sit on that, take a picture or something, but that's okay. It was still a really beautiful experience. I had dessert finally. I've been having like a sweet tooth for the past like 2 days, and we had something called a chocolate nemesis. It was just literally, it kind of tasted like one of those like flourless cakes, but it had blueberries with like a blueberry compote, and it was like a salted chocolate. It wasn't that salty, so I really enjoyed it. It was really good. And that was yesterday. Today, I think we're gonna try to go to this like floating bar. Apparently, you have to take a water taxi, a jet ski, or a boat to get to the bar. And it's just literally floating in the middle of the ocean. So, I think that's what we'll do. Okay, so the naturals. I'm on chapter 16. And this book is fine. I like that the chapters are short. I like that it's a quick and easy read. I like that it's very simple. I don't know if I'm really like enjoying the YA vibes. Like right now we're in the middle of playing Truth or Dare, and I'm like, really? I do like that there's a little bit of like tension, a little love triangle situation going on. And I'm just waiting for the part where we get to like actually be introduced to the unaliver that they're gonna catch. Because we are 39% into this book and we still have not met that dude. Like we decided on Cassie because her name is Cassandra. And we also decided that Casey would be Casey. So Cassie, she is introduced to the program of the Naturals, and she just arrived at the house where they live and go through this program, and she's introduced to the other 4 Naturals. And she's kind of trying to profile them, but they're a little bit hard to read because this is what they do, so they know. That's where we are. That's it. That's all that's happened. It is a little funny, but besides that, I got nothing. Hopefully it gets better. Okay, hopefully you guys can hear over the sound of whatever this jet is. We're in the middle of the ocean on a floating bar.
And we're more than halfway through the naturals, and it's phenomenal. Just in case we're gonna have to read books while on this trip.
Like, I've already sent it to our Kindles.
Correct.
So when our Kindle connects to the Wi-Fi, we're doing it. I regret saying that I wasn't enjoying it because I am now thoroughly invested.
I've been invested since the beginning. I'm just gonna say that. I finished book one of the trip on the plane here, so we're doing great out here. It's fun.
It's a great time.
It's a great time.
Yeah, I think once we got to make some connections between the main character and the serial unaliver, can't say the K word on the interwebs. That's when I kind of like started to feel like, oh, wait a minute, what's going on here? Oh, it's a mystery. She's too much for me. Sorry.
We're having a great time.
We're having a great, phenomenal adventure. We just jumped into this water. I will show you guys. And there's no ladder. The ladder's broken.
And they thought we were gonna be able to get back up on our own, but we did.
They were wrong. They doubted us.
Yo.
Put us in. We're naturals. Just kidding.
And now, baby,
Janeth,
everything is broke. Yes.
thoughts on the Unicorn Bookstore?
It was underwhelming. I'm not gonna hold you. I didn't really see anything I wanted to read, and the one that I did see was $26, and it was priced at like originally $10. So it's a no for me, dog.
Sad face. Yeah, they had a lot of like very popular books like Fourth Wing, Throne of Glass, Wild Love by Elsie Silver, all the things, you know, all the like very popular books.
They even had some Karen Slaughter up in there,
Exactly.
but
Yes.
everything was just no.
Other than that, like nothing special. But we did it though.
We went. Lo hicimos. We did it.
We did it! Guys, this has to be one of my favorite vacations that I've ever taken. I just feel so at peace here. Right now, I'm sitting like right outside the door of our hotel. So we have like a villa, and right in front of it is the marina. And I love yachts. I love boats. Nothing can be better than this. And I'm loving The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I'm currently about 86%, exactly 86% through this book. And I'm also trying to chug this water before I go in and take a shower so we can go to Din Din. And I've already downloaded Booktube on both of our Kindles for us. So just call me the librarian. And I don't know that I will be so into these books 4 books in. Like I'm having a good enough time that I'm like, ooh, okay, we're gonna have to read book 2, but not like, there's not like a 5-star feeling, you know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. I definitely know that this is like Jeanette's vibe. I think it's just a little too YA for me. Like, I'm more of an adult novelist. I don't write them. Adult novels kind of girl. So we'll see. This is the same thing, that the same issue I had when I read the last Jennifer Lynn Barnes series. I gave book 1 5 stars, and then as I went through the series, I started to like them less and less because they were too similar to each other. But right now, I think this book is just so unique to anything that I've ever read before. It's very like, what's that show that everyone's calling it? I don't know. I can't think of it. But it's very like true crime instead of like fiction-y, you know? It's a little breezy today, so hopefully you can hear me well. I just cannot get any happier than I am. Like, look at my background. It looks like a green screen or something, like it's not real. Let me see the boats. I'm obsessed with boats. So last night we finished The Naturals. I ended up giving it 3.75 stars because the ending was kind of cringe to me. Granted, I don't want to say surprised, but I definitely did not see the like reveal coming. So, you know, that was like in favor of me giving this book a higher rating, but I feel like it was kind of cringe. I call it the supervillainy like monologue when you get like the reveal of everything through the eyes of the antagonist. So I don't know, I hate when that happens. Like, I'd rather just find out through like actions or something, not through this whole monologue. I mean, granted that there was reason for it in this book. She needed to have gotten some things out. Just overall, I really did enjoy that this book was like pretty different from anything that I've ever read. It definitely had a lot more like true crime vibes, so that was in its favor. And I did really enjoy the love triangle situation that was going on between the characters, and just how like it made everything like so tense. And the fact that the naturals, like the kids that had these like abilities, they're not like supernatural abilities, they're just like extremely gifted, is the way that they would put it. And I do think that it was interesting how Jennifer Lynn Barnes, the author, really paid careful attention to how those abilities would affect different scenarios that people would find them in. So like the human lie detector, and them playing like poker, or just in like various like situations that they would find themselves in. I also really enjoyed how there is a tie-in to these kids were recruited essentially to work on cold cases. I like how the cold case kind of plays in the background, as well as the active case plays a role in what's going on in the plot of the book. So 3.75, I think that's a pretty good rating for a book. And last night we actually started the first chapter of Killer Instinct. And this morning I've sat outside and read about, I want to say like 10 chapters. Oh, look, exactly 10 chapters of this book. And it's definitely getting to a point where, how can I say? There's a lot of things that happen in both of these books. This one too, where you're like, are you kidding me? Like, for real? But the characters point out, like, what are the odds that that would happen? So it's like, all right, I'll forgive it, because she knows that it's going to be obvious. At the same time, this is what we would have wanted to hear about anyways, right? So we'll just accept it. And I feel like if you haven't read these books, and probably what I'm saying to you doesn't make any sense, but that's okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go get ready to start the rest of this lovely day. Yesterday we spent the entire day on this like floating bar in the middle of the ocean, and it was just chef's kiss. So today we're gonna try to go to a different one that we heard was bigger and had like water activities around it, and then we also want to like hit at least another beach, and then that's pretty much the plan for today. Yeah, right. But y'all want to have an update for Killer Instinct. I look like a wet poodle. My hair's not sure if it wants to cooperate with me. Anyways, last day in Paradiso. Sad face. Although it was definitely a good trip. Today we spent the entire day on another one of those little floating bars, tiki bars situation. This one was in like a much more like high-end neighborhood, and actually the guy who drove us there, we're calling him Uncle Ken, he told us that a couple of celebrities usually tend to go there, like Drake and Justin Bieber and some other people. I stopped paying attention because I don't really care about celebrities like that. That being said, though, it was cute. It was a fun time. They had like little trampolines and swings inside the water. It was called Noah's Ark. I highly recommend it. The food was all right, I guess. A lot of people say that you go there for the bevs, not for the food, but I had enough drinking yesterday, so I didn't try them. Anyways, I did read Killer Instinct. I just got to 40%. I spent all day trying to catch up because somebody on this trip, who I will not name, read half this book overnight while I was sleeping. Anyways, I'm all caught up with her now, and I am not enjoying this one as much as I was enjoying the first one, and so I don't know if I'm going to continue this series. It will really depend on whether something in this one will catch my attention or not. I am excited about I guess every one of these books seems to be surrounding some serial unaliver, and I'm excited about the particular one that they chose in this book because it is a character that we would be invested in from the first book, and the author acknowledges through one of the characters, like, what are the odds? So I'll allow it, but I don't know, it's just like not much has happened and we're already almost halfway through the book, so I'm hoping it'll get better. I feel like the first book also did this, where it got kind of like more interesting for me after the halfway point, but it made sense for the first book because Cassie, the main character, was like getting into the naturals program, being taken there, being introduced, and we're kind of getting like the lore of this story, whereas now I feel like we're pretty into it. We don't need lore. She does kind of give you a little bit of like background and reminders about things that happen in the first book. So I would definitely say that if you do not like reading series back to back to back to back, this is a good one to read, because there are, you know, it kind of like reminds you. I would even like venture to say a little bit that if you didn't read the first one, you could read this one and you'd be fine. But I obviously wouldn't recommend it because the first one is like the whole point of the Naturals. But okay, those are my feelings. Hopefully it gets better. If not, we will move on from this series. Sitting out here for my last morning read and last morning update in Turks. And actually I'm kind of stranded because all of the sprinklers turned on while I was sitting there and it just started spraying on me. So I got up and I moved to this little corner, but I'm realizing that there's no way for me to get to my room without getting completely soaked by a sprinkler. You can't even see it, but all the sprinklers are on right now. Yeah. Fun times in the neighborhood. This is like an escape room. I'm gonna have to run. BRB. Oh, excellent. Before I even came up with a game plan, it's also raining. Why? Why is this my luck? Okay, we're just gonna do it because we're getting wet either way. We have made it back to America.
Just get all here.
I hate that for
Almost
us.
done with my 4th book though.
We haven't even given you guys an update on Killer Instinct, and she is
Already up at 3.
already done with the 3rd book, which is crazy. But obviously we're at baggage check, so I'll let you guys know when I'm home what my thoughts are. Hello there. I'm here editing me to tell you about the rest of the Naturals series. It's funny because I'm actually in the Dominican Republic filming this, and I have literally been on 4 trips in a month. It was supposed to be 3, but then we had a family emergency and had to fly out home, and it has not been a burden at all, let me tell you. I love being here. Anyways, quick update because this video is a million gazillion years long. We had finished Killer Instinct basically in the airport. Then I ended up giving that book 4 stars. It really ended up catching my attention, and it was like kind of what got me like spiraling into this series. Did I say I gave 4 stars? I just kind of loved the connection between one of the characters and the serial unaliver that we were following in this book. And then we went on into the 3rd book, which is All In, and we were also making a connection between one of the characters and another unaliver. So I think we always kind of had that connection, but these books were specifically centered around each of those characters as opposed to just Cassie and the introduction. I think the introduction was like expectedly a little bit slower. All In took place in Las Vegas. We're getting a little bit of Sloane's family. We're getting a little bit of more information about a certain situation that's going on throughout all of the books. They just kind of don't realize the big picture of it until the 3rd book, which is All In. And I don't want to say what the specific thing is because I feel like realizing it and getting information about this was part of the excitement when you realize like, okay, this is what's going on. Oh my goodness. And this is definitely something that I love to read about, especially in thriller books, which is why I'm a little bit torn about saying what it is. But I did end up giving All In 4.75 stars. Like literally so close to a 5-star. It's just like the YA vibes. You know what I mean? Like I'm just not really that much of a YA girly, and so some of the elements that were a little more juvenile in the story is what kind of stopped me from having like those 5-star feelings. And then for book 4, Bad Blood, we ended up reading that one right after we got back from Turks. We read all in at the airport, on the airplane, and then a little, like, finished the rest of it when we got back. But Bad Blood was also like really, really, really good. Like, so good. I gave it 4.75 stars as well. I think as a series as a whole, this would be like a 5-star series for me, because the progression throughout the books, it's so rare to find a sequel that is better than the first book, which is insane. But these books, I feel like they just got better and better and better and better. And Bad Blood was my favorite in this series. I actually also read 12, which is a novella that follows them like a couple years afterwards, but I read that like last week, like literally weeks later. But yeah, guys, I'm obsessed. I'm gonna go get myself a copy for my trophy shelf, and I highly recommend this series. I wish that I could tell you more about the specific thing. I don't want to call it a trope per se. It's not a trope, but just go read it. That's it. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, leave me a palm tree emoji. If you enjoyed this, make sure you hit that like button. I really, really, really want to get into giving more like recommendations for like travel and things like that. So let me know if you would be interested in that in the comments. But if you want to join the family, hit that subscribe button. I will see you all when I see you next. Bye.